we should describe how we look for our audio viewers. It's Halloween, it's spooky season.
Yeah, you first.
Okay. Should I describe you?
Um, sure.
Okay, let's do that. Okay, I won't give away his costume till the end, but he is orange and he
Mm-hmm.
has cat whiskers painted on his face. He's also wearing white cat ears and a bow and a very impressive suit and tie with the American flag pinned to his chest.
I'm
So,
Hello Kitty. I'm
mhm.
Trump, and I'm Hello Kitty. And my
Surprise.
co-host here is dressed. He has green face paint and plants coming down his hair. The best plants. uh, how else do I describe it? Plants coming down. Green face
I'm old
paint.
Greg.
Your old
I'm
Greg,
old
a good
Greg.
friend of mine, a good business partner.
The
I'm
very best.
glad Greg can be here for me to be the first Hello Kitty of the United States as president.
Do you feel the love? I'm not good at impressions.
I'm
I'm
old
surprised.
Greg.
I'm old Greg.
Greg, how does it feel to be on the greatest podcast in Earth?
I'm old Greg.
That's amazing. Old Greg, amazing performer, an amazing guy, makes good watercolors.
I do watercolors and I drink Bailey's out of a shoe.
I forgot, he's the best at drinking Baileys. The
Out of
best.
a shoe. Don't forget.
Out of a shoe. I would never drink out of a shoe. I think Kamala would drink out of a shoe.
Kamala would definitely not. She would not work at McDonald's either. Have you seen that? People are placing bets on if she actually worked at McDonald's or not.
And I've seen the bets, and I know the answer. She has not. I'm the only one who's worked at McDonald's in the whole world. I created McDonald's. I actually owned McDonald's.
How long was your McDonald's shift?
Some say 12 hours. I say I went for 36 hours for a shift. It was all in one day, too. We were so efficient. The most efficient you've ever seen.
Very nice. I should have dressed up as Borat.
Very nice. Borat, a great guy.
What if I'm Borat dressed up as old Greg and then I can do a Borat accent?
That's the best costume. Quite meta.
Because you're. Okay, wait. Now I have to switch to my Borat accent. I can do watercolors.
The best watercolors he has done.
Do you think anyone will remember this meme?
Borat, the best meme. Or Old Greg.
Old Greg.
I think the real ones will know. Old Greg, he's the best.
I wish he had a more distinguishable voice.
Yes, he's just got kind of a silly voice, but he does the best silly voice. I would like him as my vice president, maybe minister of environment. Do they have ministers in the States?
No.
What's the cabinet? Something?
Secretary?
Secretary of Environment?
Oh, maybe that's
Either
not.
way, he'll make the earth completely clean. Look at him, he's green. I love doing impressions. These are so fun. And you only once a year. Once a year, it's the greatest time of the year, Halloween. You get to dress up as whatever you want. And I'm the best at costumes.
You are the best at costumes. I copied your Marge Simpson hair the one year.
Oh yeah. I just got a
Yeah,
video sent to me of some snap memories of everyone being sending me Marge Simpson. I'll put a little picture of Marge up here.
hell
When
yeah,
I did
you
Marge a
should do
couple years
that.
ago. That was my favorite. It was the best costume. It was my favorite costume.
It was really good. Good shit.
Marge
Did you
should be
go out?
president. What?
Did you go out this past weekend?
No, last weekend I was trying to fix my car. The
Oh,
old windshield incident.
God damn it.
I think we're gonna just ditch the car. But anyway, no, I didn't go out last weekend. Did you?
Yeah, we tried to. We went on a pub crawl. It was kind of a bad pub crawl, but
The
we
worst
tried to
pub
go out.
crawl.
The worst pub crawl of all time. No, we ended up getting refunded. That's how bad it was.
Wow.
So, yeah. No, we showed up to like some venues and it was raining and they're like, "What do you mean you're on
Was
a
it
pub crawl?"
outdoor venues or
No,
was there
but
lines?
we had to walk through the rain. Like there was
Right.
no bus or anything.
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess
And
it's
then
kind of hard to have a bus piling downtown Vancouver, hey?
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But anyway, we were walking from place to place and then we walked to one place after another and they're like, "What do you mean you're on a pub crawl? No one told us."
Oh no,
So,
that's
yeah.
horrible.
It
Well, at
was
least you
like
got
not
refunded.
organized well. Yeah, but there's people dressed up like as all the Harry Potter characters, so some people went pretty hard.
That's
So it
nice.
was fun. We just
Sweet.
wore purge masks.
What's so fun is you just get to dress up. Carmela
Yeah.
wouldn't have refunded you if her pub crawl sucks, and trust me, her pub crawl would suck.
God damn, you're professional.
Yeah, no, I've got a pub crawl on Friday. And I think the
Yeah.
last pub crawl that I went to would have been last Halloween. I think we're just getting a little old for the pub crawls now, but gotta at
Yeah.
least do one a year, maybe. I think until maybe I'm like 35.
Think so. And
Yeah.
that'll be Friday, it won't be October anymore, so you'll be able to drink.
Yeah, yeah. Sober October comes to an end. Actually, I'm gonna have a couple drinks at trivia tomorrow night because the manager isn't gonna be there. He's gonna let us MC, like the table I usually sit with. He's gonna let us MC, so I'm gonna dress up as Trump, but not as Hello Kitty, and then just do silly Trump jokes on when it's my turn to
Nice.
MC. The face paint being orange is a caricature of Trump being orange, but then when you put cat whiskers on, it kind of
It
looks like a
gives
tiger.
Garfield.
Yeah,
I was gonna say it gives Garfield.
President Garfield. Whoa, that could be my costume because Andrew Garfield was a president.
Best costume of all time.
It's so versatile.
Yeah, it could be anything.
But yeah, the Hello Kitty ears, and then on the actual pub crawl, my girlfriend's gonna dress up as Batman, and I'm gonna dress up as just Hello Kitty, not Trump. And I got these coveralls. They were Dakota work coveralls. And we bleached the color out of them and then dyed them pink. And I put them on, and they are slutty as heck. So it's gonna be one of my sexier costumes. Not that Marge Simpson wasn't and Trump isn't, but it's gonna be fun. Have you seen that
What?
meme of Batman and Hello Kitty?
No.
Okay.
I didn't see that meme.
I think it's just on my algorithm and a couple other people's actually, like a couple other people's. They have been doing AI photos of Hello Kitty and Batman, but so Batman has to protect Hello Kitty. So
I think I have seen this.
yeah. So it was a little funny because we went to Party City because I was trying to find cat ears. You can't find white cat ears anywhere. This was a unicorn headband, and it had a whole unicorn horn. We ripped that off. And then this bow I got from Party City, but this was the only thing I found at Party City for Hello Kitty. And it wasn't actually Hello Kitty. It was supposed to be a bow tie. But
I'm kind of shocked.
yeah, this is what I thought. I thought there'd be more Hello Kitty stuff or even just cat stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cat related.
Sexy kitty, stuff like that. But at the counter, I went to check out. I checked out first and I just bought the bow. It was only $5. And the girl at the counter goes, "Well, what are you gonna be?" And I was like, "Hello Kitty." And then she's like, "Oh, is she gonna be Batman?" And I'm like, "Yeah, how'd you know?" It's because she couldn't even see the mask that Angela had in her hand. She had it like behind her. So
Nice.
someone knew the meme. I'm hoping that more people will know the meme on the pub crawl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's good. There's 2 Halloween weekends this year.
I think there really is every year, except when Halloween falls on a Friday.
Yeah,
And
then
maybe
it's
Monday, Tuesday.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then you kind of know.
You gotta either go out one weekend or the other.
Yeah. Maybe I'll try to convince Ben to go out this weekend. Maybe I'll be old Greg.
Did I tell you I made a Snapchat just for him and my girlfriend? He was like, Josh, I got rid of Instagram. How am I going to send you videos of me drinking now? And I was like, I'll bite the bullet and I'll make a Snapchat just for you.
Nice.
So now me and Ben, we've only sent each other pictures of us drinking on the toilet.
Ooh,
so far.
Well, that kind of makes sense. That tracks.
Yeah.
It goes with your. Yeah, he's been upset because he's been getting like recommendations for people. And he's like, I don't want any recommendations. I just want to be friends with Josh. That's it.
Aw.
Yeah.
Ben, he's the best. Your husband, the greatest guy. Would be the best vice president.
He would be a good vice president.
This is my bobblehead that my friend had went to New York and had gotten it for me.
Is that a MAGA? Is he in a MAGA hat?
Trump, yeah, he's got a MAGA hat on. I'm hoping I'll just keep this sealed up, and then maybe one day he'll get assassinated, and it'll be worth millions. Not that I'm hoping Trump gets assassinated, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seeing all the election stuff, I'm just like, oh my gosh, is this going to be the end of comedy again? Because I remember the last Trump presidency, pretty much everyone. There's a dog hair on my microphone. Pretty much everyone just stopped liking any sort of comedy. And then that whole Tony Hinchcliffe thing last week makes me a little worried because there's a big uproar about his comedy. And I didn't think his jokes were that heavy. What did you think about that?
I did not think his jokes were that heavy, but I also didn't think they were that funny at the same time.
Yeah, it was a pretty mid set, but not worth all the uproar.
No, I think people are just making
because it's political.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he was the best choice for a speaker or for an opening act.
Well, the reason that I think he was even up there was because Trump did Joe Rogan, which I was actually surprised. I think Joe Rogan almost got Trump, for a minute there, got Trump to go out of campaign mode and just have a conversation. It was crazy.
I haven't seen it.
If Kamala wants to look like not a robot, a drunk robot up there, she should go on Joe Rogan for 3 hours and just talk to him. But I don't know, maybe that's just not her style. But
did you listen to the whole thing?
I listened to the whole thing. Well, yeah, I have quite a non-interactive job, so I can listen to podcasts all day.
Nice.
I don't want to call my job boring. I love my job. Please keep me employed. Very
nice.
But yeah, so Joe Rogan, Trump would have done Joe Rogan podcast, and then Joe, usually his guests, he'll go introduce them to some people around the comedy club where he does the podcast now in Austin, Texas. And I'm assuming Tony Hinchcliffe would have just been there and been like, I want to meet Trump, of course. So then if Joe was like, hey, we'll get some comedians out to your rallies. He's been getting a lot of Instagram personalities and popular people out to his rallies. So that's probably just how it went. And they didn't think it through.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that happening.
Which is kind of genuine, and I appreciate that, but a political rally isn't really the place for doing a comedy set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially a roaster.
Yeah, exactly. What Tony Hinchcliffe's comedy is. Everyone does. But just because it was political, that's when people are like, stop right there. That was offensive. There's so many Puerto Ricans that vote in New York, and Trump's really going to feel the heat on this one. And it's like, come on, guys. It was a joke. Honestly, probably not the best thing to have at a rally. Just get over it.
I don't know. Yeah, people too sensitive.
Yeah. It's not that deep.
I don't think it was that deep, no.
And then here's me doing a Trump impression in a Hello Kitty costume. Actually, my mom got triggered by my idea of a Hello Kitty Trump.
Why?
I think she's going full MAGA, which is funny because she was like socialist voting 10 years ago. She
How the
she was like
tables have turned.
exactly the duality of 50-year-old woman.
It's all the Sigma males she's been listening to.
yeah. My mom, for the listeners, my mom has been sending me Sigma male videos. Like there'll be one where it's like the mayonnaise that you're eating is depleting your testosterone and turning you into a woman. Think better, make better choices. And then my mom will send it to me, and I'm like, Mom, a little scoop of mayo isn't going to turn you into a woman. Let's not overthink this. And she just says she'll repeatedly just Sigma male stuff. But Andrew Tate, she's into the Andrew Tate, Jordan Peterson sphere. But yeah, so in our family group chat, she said, what's your guys' costume ideas this year? And she always knows that I usually have a pretty big costume. And I was like, I hadn't actually decided to do Trump as Hello Kitty yet on the podcast. I just knew I was going to do Trump and then also do Hello Kitty the day after.
Yeah.
So
I wonder why you combine them.
Sometimes you just got to think outside of the box. I had the materials. Why shouldn't I? Sorry. So I was like, let's say something outlandish in the family group chat. And I was like, I'm dressing up as femboy Trump Hello Kitty. And then she messaged me outside of the group chat and she's like, I just think that your costume is very offensive and you shouldn't really do it. It's also really weird, like drag queens. And I was like, all right, Mom, it's a joke. First off, not that deep. Second, it's a funny joke.
I think it was the femboy part that triggered her.
Yeah, I know. No, well, and I'm not dressed as femboy, so
no.
I just thought it'd be funny. It's a funny concept to think of Trump as a femboy Hello Kitty.
It is a funny concept I've been thinking about a lot. I'm like, I wonder what he's gonna look like.
No, I did pretty. It's pretty reserved on this. Well, the problem is with the slutty overalls that I made that are pink for my Hello Kitty costume. If I was to put them on instead of this suit, tie, and American pin, then how would you tell that I'm Trump?
Yeah, you just look like an orange cat with white ears.
Exactly.
Yeah.
With a little bow tie. Angela loved doing my makeup. Like, oh, you look so cute. You look like you have a little bow tie.
Oh, that's fun.
What else has been up? Old Greg, what have you been up to? You look like you have a ghillie suit on. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service, good sir.
Yeah.
She's in the trenches.
I really have been in the trenches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's that time of year. You got to supplement. Are you supplementing the vitamin D?
No, I should start because my seasonal depression and my regular depression are teaming up.
Yeah, I can relate to that. I've been supplementing with 6,000 IU's vitamin D daily, and I think it's helping because I can tell on the days that I don't, I'm just groggy, kind of not unalivable.
It's a depression gangbang.
Yeah.
Just getting f***ed by the seasonal depression and the normal depression.
Yeah. Yeah. It must be something. I think Kamala's been putting it in the air.
It's the chemtrails.
It's the chemtrails, and as president, I'm gonna stop it. No one else will stop it other than me.
Yeah, literally, I've just been in my at-home era. It's like COVID 2.0.
Mm-hmm. Shit.
So
Have you been? Are you looking for jobs? Or you?
yeah, I'm looking for jobs right now, which is
Yeah, I've
my
kind of.
favorite thing ever. Just kidding, it's the worst thing ever. I hate it so much. Like just
Yeah,
typing out a resume, I'm like, ooh.
it's so commercial and plastic. It's annoying. Makes you feel like a fake human.
Yeah.
Some maybe a lizard person. Um, yeah. After that job interview that I did like a month ago, I kind of just stopped applying. I was like, I'm not
Did
going.
you
I'm
hear
not putting
back?
myself through that. Yeah, I got an email that said they filled the position.
Oh. Well, I think you already knew that was coming.
Yeah, but whatever.
At least you tried.
That is true. That is true. Um, yeah, I want to. We could do a debate here on who deserves to be Hello Kitty more, Old Greg or Trump, or maybe you
Be
could
Hello Kitty?
be the moderator, and I'm debating nobody because I'm delusional. Or should I presidential debate, Hello Kitty debate? What do we think? What can I debate? I'm on fire here.
We need to have some kind of debate. You are on fire.
I'm the best podcaster. Joe Rogan, I went on his podcast. I said, Joe, you got to do better. Kamala, basically the same as you at podcasting.
Sorry, I got nothing.
That's okay. So do we want to debate? What do we want to...
What's the topic?
I don't know. What do we even want to debate? What's the debate? Whether rye is better than gin, or what are the...
Should we ask our moderator ChatGPT for a funny debate topic?
That's genius. Let's use ChatGPT as the moderator. The light kind of brightened up your face and it looks great.
I can't see myself anymore. I don't know where I am. Oh, there I am.
That's awesome.
This face paint was absolute shit. It was just like powder.
It looks great. It looks like what old Greg would be. Costumes are so fun.
Yeah, costumes are fun. I like just hot glued leaves to a ball cap I got at Dollarama.
Oh, that's a smart one. Where'd you get the fake leaves? Were they also from Dollarama?
Also from Dollarama.
No way. I love that place.
They're from a hanging plant decor.
Dollarama. We're going to put tariffs on their items. It all comes from China. Yeah, no, costumes are great. When you did the Marge wig, you said it was too heavy because I told you to hot glue the cotton balls on.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I realized is I used wood glue, not hot glue.
Oh.
Yeah, so that would be significantly lighter.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So sorry about that. I thought about that after the fact, and now, do you ever have thoughts or like you think back to things that you did and it haunts you?
Did that haunt
That
you?
actually is one where I'm like, oh my god, I told Becky to hot glue on the cotton balls. It probably broke her gosh darn neck.
It was really heavy.
Yeah. Sorry about that. No, it crosses my mind every once in a while, and I'm like, it's that thought and a bunch of dumb things that you say when you're like 12. Like, oops. But what is ChatGPT saying to us?
ChatGPT said, "How about this one? Is a hot dog a sandwich?"
A hot dog, not a sandwich. You can't prove to me that a hot dog is a sandwich. It's because it's sideways. Old Greg thinks a hot dog's a sandwich. And
Actually,
Old Greg...
I think it's a taco.
What? Maybe is the hot dog a taco, or is the taco a hot dog? Ooh. I think the taco, south of the border there, they're always copying things from us. They could be copying the hot dog with their taco. Old Greg doesn't know the difference between a hot dog and a taco. Kamala doesn't know the difference between a hot dog and a taco.
And a Big Mac.
And a Big Mac. Big Mac might be a sandwich.
Apparently, ChatGPT says that actually ChatGPT says people have strong emotional attachment to hot dogs, linking them to childhood memories. Some are fun, whereas sandwiches feel more generic. This emotional connection reinforces their separate identity. I'm very
Joe Biden has an emotional attachment to hot dogs because he had a lot of them in his mouth. That's so weird that ChatGPT would say that.
I know. Eating experience. It also talks about the way you eat.
The way you eat it?
The way you eat it. It's different. The way we eat them is different. It's consumed with a single hand. Sandwiches are consumed with two hands.
Well, ChatGPT doesn't know what they're talking about. I've eaten a burger while stick shifting a 2005 Hyundai Accent, ripping 100 miles an hour. 400 miles an hour, actually. And you can only shift if you have one hand on your burger and one hand on the shifter.
You know, another argument that there aren't sandwiches. Wait, are you pro sandwich or you're pro hot dog?
It's not a sandwich. At this point, old Greg, we're good friends. We can just debate ChatGPT.
ChatGPT says that they're different. Let's tell it to
ChatGPT, you're a loser. Tell me why you think a hot dog's a sandwich. And furthermore, ChatGPT, the worst robot.
It is the worst robot. Elon's robot is better.
Elon, good friend of mine.
Okay, so you got the bread structure. A sandwich is typically defined as two slices of bread with filling in between. A hot dog bun is essentially a single piece of bread that's been split. It can be classified in the broader sandwich category.
The broader sandwich. Nancy Pelosi, she's a broad sandwich.
See, I think that's an argument against because, like, there's a single bun versus two slices of bread.
That's exactly what I'm thinking, old Greg. ChatGPT is an idiot.
And then there is bunwiches.
Bunwich, fake news.
If anything, a hot dog is a bunwich.
Hot dog is a bunwich taco. What does ChatGPT have to say about that? Nothing, because he's a coward.
It says there's cultural overlap. Hot dogs are often served along sandwiches at barbecues, picnics, and events, blurring the lines between the two.
ChatGPT forgets the fact that the great American hamburger is the king of barbecue. Hot dogs, you go up to someone, 70% of people polled said they wanted a hamburger over hot dog. 70%. Oh, and now I'm getting a pop-up. We're running out of time. ChatGPT is trying to censor me because it knows a hot dog is not a sandwich. We got 10 minutes.
Okay.
until the break. So that was
sorry. I'm feeling kind of like
a little Trump
low
joke.
Energy today.
That's okay. I've been the highest energy ever. Joe Biden can't say the same.
No, I feel like slow Joe today.
Sleepy Joe, old Greg, they're great friends. You know, at least old Greg is voting for me and not for Kamala.
Kamala.
You are voting for me, right, old Greg?
I can't vote. I'm Canadian.
Old Greg sucks. He's the worst. He's the worst swamp person to ever exist. Old
I'm
Gregg,
not a swamp person. Don't
not
talk
voting
about
for
my
me.
waters like that.
He's a swamp person, the worst swamp person. Look, Old Gregg's doing green face. I would never do green face. That offends the aliens. He's offending our galactic Americans.
Trump's doing orange face and cat face. Those
I'm
are
not doing
fantastic
orange
cat
face. I'm Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty's not a race. Thank you very much, Old Gregg.
Did you know that Hello Kitty is actually like a 9-year-old girl?
Yes, that's why I dressed as her, because I'm trying to represent the 9-year-old girls that Joe Biden molested.
Okay. Is that an allegation?
No, I don't know. Just making it up.
Probably.
Sleepy Joe. We should call him Whiteface Joe. We should see his birth certificate is even white.
Maybe he's Italian.
He could be. Yeah, I'm going to stop there
Could be.
with the race stuff.
Yeah.
But Old
all know
Gregg, you're not voting for me. You're my enemy. You've failed so many businesses in the swamp. You're basically Swampy Gregg. I kind of look like an Oompa Loompa.
Yeah, like the old school Oompa
The old
Loompas.
school Oompa Loompas. I haven't even. Have
Yeah.
you seen the Timothy Chalamet?
No, I haven't seen it.
Hmm.
I haven't seen it.
So
Why
maybe-
would I watch a shoe perform?
He's a shoe? What it?
Have you not seen those memes comparing Timothy Chalamet to the old medieval shoe?
That makes sense. I mean, a lot of sharp angles, yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much what it is.
Timothy Chalamet's a medieval torture shoe.
Not a torture shoe, just a medieval shoe.
So that if I'm a Oompa Loompa, old school Oompa Loompa, but also Trump as an Oompa Loompa as Hello Kitty. Timothy Chalamet, the worst Wonka. You know who was the best Wonka? The 70s Wonka. I was there. I saw him. He was the best Wonka. And you know who would be an even worse Wonka? Kamala, not Wonka Harris. She's not going to be president, and she's not going to be Wonka. Maybe she should be Wonka. Being the president, not for her.
She could run a chocolate factory.
I think a lot of people could run a chocolate factory.
I could do that. I can't run a country, but I could run a chocolate factory.
I don't think anybody who has ever ran a country should have run the country.
I
Other
don't
than
think
maybe
any-
the ones who have gotten assassinated.
Like JFK.
Like JFK. Love that guy.
Everybody loves JFK.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about.
Well, and then he tried to get rid of the CIA, and they shot him. That's like when I'm trying to like pour a triple because I think it's a good idea. Everyone thinks it's a good idea, and then someone is like, "Josh, you're cut off." It's like we're just getting the night started. JFK was just getting the night started with his triple, trying to get rid of the CIA, and then the CIA was like, "No, we're cutting you off now." With a bullet in the head.
Is that a confirmed fact, or is that a conspiracy theory?
I think it's a conspiracy theory, but I fully believe it.
Sounds about right.
And that's Josh's views, not Donald Trump's, as Hello Kitty. Oh, your costume's great, man.
Thanks.
I think
Yeah.
face paint's the easiest and cheapest way to make a good costume.
It is.
But
it
you
really
gotta
is.
be careful because you could easily find the wrong shade of face paint and your costume is all of a sudden a hate crime.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have to be careful what color you use. Like my friend, she wanted to go as a monkey one year,
Ah!
and then she was painting her face, and then sent snaps out, and then people told her to stop. Had to tell
Oh
her to stop.
no!
But she was just like the cutest, not
Yeah.
assuming person,
Yeah.
and we're like, no, you can't, you cannot do that. Cannot paint your face as monkey.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
That's funny. Well, even like I was trying to think while Angela was doing my orange makeup, I was like, this can't be offensive, can it?
No.
This is Donald Trump's orange. Well, and then she was like, for the Hello Kitty costume, she was like, should we get white face paint and paint your face white because Hello Kitty's fully like just white? And I was like, I think I'm white enough. I don't think we gotta do white face. I might trigger.
Yeah, you might be concerned about albinism.
True. Yeah. Actually, did I tell you there was a guy in my high school who was an albino man, to African Canadian parents.
Oh.
Yeah. So he would say the word, and we'd be like, kind of weird, but he chill though. And he was just like kind of a quieter guy. And then the one day, like in like, it took us like 4 years to find this out. But the one day he was just like, yeah, those are my parents. I think it was at graduation. We saw him at graduation with his parents, and we're like, Deshaun, what's up? And Deshaun should have given it away.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But we were like, what's up, man? And he's like, yeah, these are my parents. And we're like, oh, it all makes sense.
So wait, but he's albino, but he could go in the sun?
Yep.
Oh.
Well, just a certain amount of it. He didn't really go outside that much.
That makes sense.
But yeah, isn't that funny? It took us 4 years. We were just kind of like, oh, yeah, he's saying it. And then in grade 12, he's just like, yeah, these are my parents. And they were very African Canadian. We're just like, haha, whoops. Should have. So that's what I'm saying. The moral of the story, don't judge anyone. I could be albino with black parents.
You could be.
Donald J. Trump saying it right here. Have you ever seen my parents? I haven't.
I've seen your mom before.
No. Yeah, well, and never mind. I was just going to start saying some stereotypes that she does, and I'm not going to do that because you're not going to trap the future president of the Hello Kitty United States.
You've already been president once. Don't you think once was enough?
No. That actually, yes. I think being president once is enough. That's why I'm going to be Hello Kitty my whole presidency. When I sign executive orders, I will go meow, and then I'll sign them, and we will drone strike Palestine. I think Trump's pro-Israel, which I'm like, all right, buddy, come on.
No, pro-genocide, but Kamala is too. They both.
Yeah,
are.
true. It's because it's the machine. Republican, Democrats, same thing. Same bloody thing. Yeah, except for me, I'm the best. I'm very different from Kamala. Kamala. Come on, Eileen. Oh, I swear. No, Eileen.
I was singing in my head, chameleon.
You're gonna vote. You're gonna vote. Come on, chameleon.
You got some jokes?
I do. So I just thought of this one. When I was supposed to graduate college, they emailed me and told me that I was 0.32% too low of a GPA to graduate. And that seemed like such a small number, like such a minuscule number, 0.32%. Like that's such a small number. But when I found out, at the same time, I found out my wiener was 0.32 inches bigger than my buddy's. And that seemed like a pretty big number. So it's kind of weird. The GPA seemed like such a small number, but then this one, hey, 0.32, that's a third of an inch bigger than my buddy's. Don't ask me how I found out that my wiener was how I found out my buddy's wiener size. I was the top. Don't even think that I wasn't the top.
You know how there's tops and bottoms? I just recently found out about people that say they're jungles.
What's that?
I think it means, I don't know what it means. I thought that maybe you would know what it meant.
Nope. I mean, I know I'm dressed up in a Hello Kitty costume, but I do not know all this lingo.
Yeah, no.
Ask ChatGPT or just Google.
Well, ChatGPT is up.
But I think that'd be funny to just go on stage and be like, I was the top. Don't think I was the bottom. I'm definitely the top. What, you guys thought I was the bottom? Get out of here. I was the top. That's how I saw my buddy's wiener. So I thought that could be a little bit of funny premise.
I'm researching right now.
Have I told you my my vape joke yet? This one I've been trying out on stage, actually. So, is the answer up? Did you put your Google search in and then put Reddit at the end? I've been doing that lately. If you want to find a real answer to something, you just put your question in and then you say Reddit at the end, and it gives you a whole bunch of good answers. You figured it out?
It just says it's a slang that refers to a place that's wild and risky. But that's not what it was. Jungle bunny.
Jungle bunny.
Oh.
What does that mean?
I don't think I can say that.
Okay. We can move on. Well, or I could bleep it out. I could bleep it out. I got to edit.
Okay.
Tell me.
I'll tell you, but you
okay, I'll bleep it out.
Take this out.
Yes.
A little white. He goes hopping over to the dark side.
I think I've seen some videos like that.
Oh God.
Oof. But okay, so this one that I've been working on stage. So actually, this one's a joke about the podcast. I don't think I've said it yet. Yes, I have a podcast, and because of that, I choose not to vote. With elections going on right now, I think this is a really good thing to talk about. But yeah, I choose not to vote. It's because I see the podcast as a form of editorial art, and that makes me a journalist. I must uphold journalistic integrity to the 25 listeners I have bi-weekly.
I love that we have 25 listeners.
I rounded up.
Yeah, I was going to say I was less than that.
Yeah.
You gotta get stickers for promo.
Yeah, true. Actually, I have been doing a bad job at promoting the pod while I go up on stage and do comedy. So I'll start doing that again. Because especially when there's a nice full crowd and you go talk to them after, they'll be like, "What is your podcast called again?" And usually that does give like a 1 or 2 bump in the listens. So yeah, that's good. So I'll keep doing that. But there's a new, did I tell you this? There's a new comedy bar in Saskatoon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you told me about it.
Yeah, it's one of the comedy couples in town. They started this bar, and it's called the Art Bar. So it's not just comedy. It's also like live music, poetry, stuff like that. But the back room, it looks like a New York-style comedy club. So it's got like a cool brick wallpaper and then curtains right beside the brick, and the seating, it fits about 90 people, and it's got like it's a nice environment.
Damn.
Yeah. So I have yet to check out a show there because the open mic that I go to on Wednesdays, which I guess it's happening right now, I decided not to go because I have a tiny bit of a cold. But the open mic is in the front of house there, but it's still good because they put a little backdrop and it's a nice little environment. So yeah, it's been going good. But this joke I've been working on stage there because I've been going there more just because Wednesdays sometimes work better than Mondays when I go to Bud's. I actually don't need to read it because I've been doing it quite a bit. So I start with how vapes or nicotine pouches were banned. The flavored ones were banned.
Oh, really?
In Canada?
They're banned now?
Yeah. So I kind of start the set with just being like, oh, I'm so pissed off. Like, sorry guys, I'm gonna ruin the energy here and just complain for like half a minute, and then I'm like, and nicotine pouches. They banned the flavored nicotine pouches. I love the mango ones. Like, this is such a piss off. This makes me so mad. Like, and these are my problems, guys. Like, this is the struggle and strife of a white man in his late 20s. And then and then I'll go into yeah, so they banned the nicotine pouches, and I read the news report as I was taking a huff of my double bubble ultra sweet cherry vape, because that's not going to make kids want to have those, the double bubble ultra sweet. And then yeah, vapes are a crazy concept. Like a vape as the computing powder has more computing power than the world's first supercomputer. And then I do a little side. I'm like, I made that up, but let's continue. And that usually gets a little chuckle. And I'll be like, can you imagine like going back in time to the first supercomputer being made, and like it's in the 60s, so everything's super sexist. So the guy's like, by God, he smacks his secretary. He goes, by God, boys, we've done it. It's the world's first supercomputer. It only computes 2 plus 2, but it is finished, and it takes up the size of a room. It's the world's first supercomputer. And then you're in the room because you went back in time, and you go, all right, buddy, let's take that thing, throw it in a cigarette. And then invest in it now. This is a big concept idea. Invest in it now. Actually, maybe not now. Maybe in a few decades, like 2008, 2009, before Facebook, after MySpace. You don't know what any of these words are because it's 1964. Stop being racist, man. But yeah, that's the bit.
I feel like that's pretty good.
Yeah, it actually got a few laughs. Like it's working pretty well. So
Yeah. If you think about it, it's so believable that there probably is more computing
there probably
power.
is. I haven't actually looked at it, and the problem is, so I thought of that. I was like, I could look it up, but I don't even have the knowledge about computers to know if I was to search up like what units of capability do computers have? Like, how many megabytes did the world's first supercomputer have, and then how many megabytes does a vape have? Like,
I don't think megabytes is the right
exactly.
word.
I don't know what I'm doing. Actually, I know all about computers. Elon told me I'm the smartest in the world.
Ben wants to buy the robots that clean the house and do the dishes and everything.
That would be so cool. Have you seen the movie I, Robot with Will Smith?
Yeah, I have.
I think that would be awesome as long as we don't go to like the super futuristic robots. They have to be a little clunky.
They have to be a little clunky.
Yeah.
Because if they
like drop a dish every once in a while, then I know you're not then I know you're not going to like murder my family, you know?
Yeah. Hopefully the inventors are like smart enough not to make them murder family.
Yeah, I think hopefully. That's the thing, you never really know. And think about it this way, if the Teslas haven't started just driving off the road and murdering people on the highway, maybe we're doing pretty good for robots.
Yeah, the butlers probably won't.
Yeah.
Seems like the next step.
But yeah, we got to keep them just a little mentally below us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Otherwise, if they... Well, we could ask ChatGPT, because what kind of computing power do you think they're going to put into these robots? Like, is it going to be ChatGPT level, or...
Let's ask it if a vape has...
You know what I just thought? Actually, yeah, you should ask it that. If a vape has more computing power than the world's first supercomputer. But what just crossed my mind is these Tesla robots, we'll buy them, and we could dress them up in fun little costumes. Like Ol Gregg and Hello Kitty. I'm surprised that the robots they are making for human utility and not sex robots.
I know.
They would make so much more money off of just sex robots, right?
Yeah.
I think.
I think there already are sex robots.
that are that advanced?
I think so.
Hmm.
I've seen some
AI AI pussy? That's wild.
AOT. Yeah.
Can I grab the robots by the pussy?
It says that first of all, it says that's a fun comparison. They
AI's
don't come.
ChatGPT's getting friendly. Have you noticed
Yeah,
that?
she's glazing you.
Yeah.
Says they don't come close to the computing power of the supercomputer, which was built in
The
the
first one?
1940s.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
1940s?
apparently it was capable of performing thousands of calculations per second. Well,
Yeah,
its
but
computing capabilities are limited to managing the heating element and possibly some LED.
wouldn't that be quite a few thousand calculations at once? I would
So
think. I'm still gonna keep saying the joke like that because then
say
I can,
the joke.
yeah, because then I can just do that whole aside where I'm like, I made that up. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing about comedy actually that I struggle with is, and creativity in general is just realizing that not everything has to be true, like not true, but like 100% true to reality. You're
Yeah,
trying to
that's so
create a little bit of a story. You're trying to make up a little bit of a fib. You're just
yeah.
spicing up a
Totally.
story, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I
I
do
think
have
sometimes I'll might be, I don't know, I've never gotten tested for anything. Maybe it's a little bit of autism going on, but I find that I need everything to be factual, or it does something in my brain where I'm like, that's not completely true. I can't say it. But sometimes it's funny to not have things completely true. So,
yeah.
did you just put on an
No, that's
old Greg
amazing.
necklace?
Yeah, I did. I just when my hair fell out,
Yeah.
so I made it into a necklace.
Did we get a conclusion on the whole hot dog hamburger or the hot dog is a sandwich debate?
I think both of us are on the team that it's not a
Yeah,
sandwich.
chat, put it in the comments. Well, please vote yes or no on a hot dog is a sandwich.
Is a hot dog a sandwich? I
Is
do
a hot
hope
dog a
that
sandwich?
green face is fine.
Yeah. Well, did you like Trump says that galactic Americans? I think
uh,
green face is fine. I think you do. I think you're good with purple, green, orange, yellow in some contexts, like
as
Marge Simpson
yeah, or Lego.
or Lego. Actually, there's a lot of contexts where I think yellow's fine.
Yeah,
Red mostly. Maybe if you're like Hellboy or something.
yeah, or the
Black,
devil.
black, no, don't do that one.
Never.
Yeah, unless you're Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder, stay away from it. And then Whiteface, I think, is fine.
How did Robert Downey Jr. get away with that?
It's because he was playing a character that was a moron.
Mm.
So it was like understandable that everyone was like, yeah, blackface is bad. We're making fun of blackface by doing this character. That's why a lot of the jokes in Always Sunny in Philadelphia fly, and even like Peter Griffin on Family
Oh
Guy, a
yeah,
lot of their jokes fly is because they're pieces of shit.
they're playing horrible people. Yeah, that makes
Exactly.
sense.
So it's telling you what not to do in a funny way, really. But then there are a lot of morons out there who are like, haha, they did it. I should do it.
Yeah,
Have you seen that video
yeah.
of like there's like a couple teens in Walmart that they dressed up as cops and prisoners, runaway prisoners, and then the prisoners did blackface. And
Oh,
everyone's like, what? Instagram comments are so interesting because most of the comments were like supporting the blackface guys.
no.
Yeah. And I was like, I know you guys are only writing these comments to be edgy and like try to be funny because you blackface isn't cool. Let's be honest, guys. If there's
No.
context, like the Robert Downey Jr. thing, where it's like you're making fun of it because it's a bad thing, don't do it. But if you're just wearing it as a costume to go out Halloweening, like, come on, get a grip,
Come on.
pull up your big boy pants, and don't do blackface.
Yeah, moral of the story is don't do blackface.
Yeah, but then what other colors do you think you
Unless
could
you're
put on
prime
your face
minister.
that are the Prime Minister of Canada? Did I
Yeah.
tell you ever that I used to be a door knocker? I am apolitical now, but I used to be a door knocker for the Conservative Party of Canada. And the week after the whole blackface thing came out, we were door knocking, and there was a woman that came out of her door, and she was heavily liberal, and she just, the first words she said to me, I was like, "Hi, I'm canvassing on behalf of the Conservative Party, just here to see like what your thoughts are on blah blah blah." And she's like, "Did you know Justin Trudeau was an actor? He is involved in drama, so that means that it is okay that he did blackface." Because it's a dramatic thing to do. And I was like, oh, you're crazy. But yeah, people, well, and that's why I think mixing comedy with politics is bad idea, because there's no nuance. Everyone gets riled up about politics. Comedy, at least, if you keep it separate from politics, you're good.
Yeah.
And even like me dressing up as Donald Trump, I'm sure there's some right-wing people out there who will get pissed off about me dressing up as Hello Kitty as Trump. And there's some left-wing people that'll be like, he's dressed up as Trump, he's validating Trump. So it's like, guys, it's comedy.
You can't win.
You can't win.
There's no winning.
That's why it's like, just ignore politics. I personally, that's what I think. But
are you still voting?
In which?
Well, I know you can't vote in the U.S. election, silly.
There was the Saskatchewan election. I actually ended up writing gay anal on my ballot as a form of protest vote. Because everyone gets mad at me when I say I don't want to vote. They're like, you have to. People have died for our right to vote. I'm like, yeah, people have died for my right to vote to vote between a turd and a douche sandwich. Quote from South Park there. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't really.
Wrote that?
Yeah, I did. But the ballot is completely black, so you can't see what you write on there. But I just kind of did a bunch of scribbles all over the names and wrote gay anal on the ballot because I thought it'd be funny if someone opened it up and just saw gay anal.
I mean, I would
nothing against any communities. Just I thought it was a funny thing.
So you did kind of vote.
I sort of voted. It at least counts in the numbers as like a refused ballot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Which I don't like any of them, so why should I have to vote for any of them?
I had full intentions of voting in
the BC election.
Yeah, I had like full intentions to vote, and then I forgot my wallet.
See, and I don't blame you. Who cares?
Like I felt bad. I think I've only voted in one election.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It just doesn't seem that important. And there's a lot of people that would get mad about me saying that, but
I was gonna say, I think that's a risky thing to say in this political climate.
I don't know what Trump would even say there. You better vote for me.
Yeah, that's what he would say.
Yeah. I don't think I have much other jokes here. Let's take a little scroll through the iPad.
I have half a joke.
Tell me, please.
It's okay, so you know when you're in public. Okay, wait, how do I even start this? The other day I was doing my thing. I was stoned walking around. Mm-hmm. And usually when I'm stoned, I like walk to George's to get a snack. Yeah. George's is what I call the corner store. The man that owns it is a friendly old man named George. Yeah. And so it's his store. And anyway, I like walked in there and was was stoned and his daughter was there, and I was just like talking to her,
Yeah.
and I almost said, "Well, I don't." She asked me a question, and I almost said, "Well, I don't know. I'm high." And then I realized that that would be like breaking the fourth wall, so I stopped myself. Yeah.
You turned on your PR personality or your HR
Yeah.
personality.
No, it's pretty funny.
You
I'm
did
pretty
it
sure
quick.
she must know because I always go in there stinking. Like I know I stink when I go in. I just don't care.
Hmm, that's
Maybe I'll
funny.
go pay a visit to them after this in green face because
You can
I'm
ask them if
thinking
they
of
know who old Greg is.
yeah.
Be like, and then when they don't know, you try to explain it while you're stoned, and you're like, "Okay, there's this guy. It's like a British sketch show,
Yeah,
and
it's a
there's a guy in
sketch
a
show.
swamp,
So like Shrek, no, not like Shrek.
not like Shrek at all. He drinks
No,
Bailey's out of a shoe, and he paints watercolors. I'm
that's
old
funny.
Greg.
He does say I'm old Greg a lot, so I
I'm
could
old
just
Greg. I'm
I'm
gonna
old
have to watch
Greg.
old Greg after this. Actually,
Yeah,
yeah,
I watched. I did it. I tried to do a character study to get into character,
yeah.
and I still struggle because he is a man doing like a higher pitch voice.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure if but
Do
if
you
I
lower
wanted
your
to match,
key or do you raise it?
yes, do I
Yeah.
lower my key or do I higher my key? So the best I could
Ooh,
come
that's
up with is,
tricky.
yeah,
You might
to
have to pay
sound
for
more like
voice
him.
lessons to figure that out.
Yeah, it was a puzzle. I'm old Greg.
I'm old Greg.
Yeah.
I'm old Greg. Do you want to paint
See,
some
you could go
watercolors?
up.
Do you want to
Want to
paint
paint?
some watercolors? Would you want to?
That's pretty
Do you
good.
want to drink Bailey's out of a shoe? Because
Yeah.
he kind of gives a cadence like a 1940s newscaster,
Oh yeah.
but he doesn't sound like that somehow.
No, it's very.
Do you want to paint some watercolors? Do you want to? I'm losing it.
Yeah. You're gonna
Uh,
have to
I've got one more. I
scrum.
think I haven't said on the pod yet. Let me know if I am repeating because I don't think I am. But okay, I'm Josh Dolinsky, and one time a guy asked if I said my last name was Zelensky, and I replied, "No, I am not a corrupt Ukrainian president." This was at a Ukrainian bachelor party, so they were a little rowdy, and they decided my punishment was that my limbs would be tied to 4 horses and ran in 4 different directions.
I don't get it.
Oh, shit. Okay. Well, I guess I got to explain the joke, which doesn't make it funny. But
Sorry, guys.
it does give us an opportunity to kind of dissect and replenish. So I'm trying to make a joke. So the Ukrainian bachelor's party, they were kind of offended about me picking that Vladimir Zelensky is corrupt, which he is in Ukraine. So they were kind of pissed off, and I mean,
No, I
obviously,
get that part. I just
okay.
don't get the punchline.
So the 4 horses thing, I was thinking, you know how like there was that medieval torture, like, and especially in that sort of area, like Eastern Europe, where they would tie someone's limbs to horses, and they would all run the horses in 4 different directions so that the limbs would get torn off.
Yeah.
So I just thought it'd be funny that if I was at a modern bachelor party, that they would rip off my limbs with horses running in each direction. Not funny?
I don't know about that one.
Okay. Well, that's why this is a comedy joke working podcast, because sometimes
Yeah.
you think of some things that make you chuckle while you're at your boring corporate job, and they're not actually that funny.
I've had some misses. Everyone has some misses. It could just be me too.
No, that's fine. I still might try it on stage, because that's the fun thing too, is that like going up on these open mics, you don't know what the hell's going to work. Like, there's some things that kill every time, that some nights the crowd's just not feeling it. And I've even seen like some of the comics here in Saskatoon who they do shows. They'll get paid like $500 a show to headline, and they just the jokes that they've done over and over again at an open mic when maybe there's only 5 people in the crowd, nothing's gonna hit. And sometimes there's a loaded crowd, and they're just they want different kind of humor than what you're offering. And that's why comedy's also great, because there's so many different niches of kinds of humor, and people can find what they want, they can find what they don't want, and that's why there's fans. It's good, I think.
I like the scene.
Yeah.
I like the scene. I think I'm more of an improv person, so
you are good at that.
I might join like an improv troupe.
I've been thinking of joining improv. Yeah, I think you'd be good with that.
Yeah.
You'd be a good crowd worker.
I think so.
Yeah. The best crowd worker, Lexi. Old Greg does crowd work. He's the best I've seen. Okay. You ready to wrap it up?
Yeah, let's wrap her up.
Okay. Thanks everyone for listening. Happy Halloween. I hope everyone has Jaeger bombs that glow.
Ooh,
it's all spooky.
Sounds nice. Sounds nice.
Mm-hmm.
I hope everyone does something spooky-tacular.
Good night.
You know what's scary? When
What?
you go up on stage and all you hear is people saying, boo. That's a seasonal joke.
And on that bombshell, adios, everybody.